wisdom comes with time, my brothers. I've noticed youngsters, shabab, they want to become students of knowledge and all of that. But one thing, wallahi, thumma, wallahi. I really advise you guys, and advise me, myself, forget you, in a nice way, not forget you, but you know what I mean, yeah? I say, learn manners. And this is a very important aspect. And it's not easy. You can't just open a book and say, well, I'm going to learn manners. I'm going to become like Bukhari and all his manners, mashallah, the way he used to do things. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen with a book easily. Tarbiyah, time, experience in life, making mistakes, no doubt. All of these things are part of it. But adab with the mashayikh and with the students of knowledge, whoever's your teacher, doesn't matter. You need to learn respect, akhi. And if you can't learn that, then don't come to the lesson like that. And I'm being very harsh here. It's a very harsh statement that, but I'm trying to make a point. No, come to the lesson, come, benefit inshallah. And that's how you're going to learn. But I'm trying to make a point that today it's gone. It's gone, it's completely gone, you know. I used to see in Medina, I remember, the mashayikh meeting the mashayikh. Just when I used to see that, that was the best part of Medina. Would you believe it? That was the best part. Not the part when we read the books and we went through this book and this book and this book. No. It was the etiquettes and the manners. I used to see, subhanallah, man, ajib jiddan, you know, we used to see one of our teachers from the Jamia, from the University of Medina. He was in the University of Medina, he used to teach there. And the way he would meet his other sheikh, who's also another teacher. No, he's not his sheikh, he's actually his colleague. They're just friends. So you'd think, you know, with friends, there's not really much respect. There's a bit of respect, but they're both fighting each other. Which one kisses the head first? When I mean physical fight, I mean like literally. And I'm like there watching like this. I'm continuing just going like, you know, what's going on here, literally. And it was an eye-opener for me because I didn't know what this was. I had no idea what this was. You can think, you know, I know I'm a big man, yeah, I read this hadith, I read this Arabic language, but you're a fool, let's be honest. Why? Excuse me, but why? Because you don't know how to even speak to your ustadh. You don't even know how to sit in the dars. That's the most saddest part. You don't even know what to wear when you come to the dars. The salaf, rahimahumullah, but I'm not talking to any of you. That's why I'm avoiding looking at you guys in a nice way. Yeah? I'm being just as a side point. The mashayikh, the scholars in the past, they would make ghusl before they come to the dars. If you can't make ghusl, it's cold, it's freezing, you know, make wudu. Of course you come to the masjid, mashallah. But the way they would sit is the way Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam taught the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When he came into the masjid, he sat and he put his knees down. And then he put his hands on his knees like this. فَأَسْنَدَ رُكْبَتَيْهِ إِلَى رُكْبَتَيْهِ وَوَضَعَ كَفَّيْهِ عَلَى فَخِذَيْهِ. And he asked him questions at the end of the hadith, long hadith, you know. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to Umar, Ya Umar, أَتَدْرِي مَنِ السَّائِلِ? Do you know who the questioner was? And look at the adab of Umar radiallahu anhu as well. He goes, Allahu wa rasuluhu a'lam. Allah and His Messenger knows best. Is that practice today? Sheikh, you know what? You made a mistake. Yeah, Sheikh, this is wrong, and this is. You should have looked at it like this. You should have. I know another Sheikh. He does it like this. MashaAllah, Tabarak ar-Rahman. Allahumma barik, MashaAllah. Very nice. Even if the ustad or the teacher or the Sheikh made a mistake, there's a way. Smile, laugh. Be wise, ya akhi. Fighting over feet to feet, shoulder to shoulder. Fighting over masail of fiqh, should we put our hands on there? Literally fight. I mean, like literally fights, ikhwani. In some masajid, witr salah. Raising the hands in salah. It's terrible. It's absolutely, this is why what's happening. Look what's happening in the Muslim land right now in Palestine. What's happening? This should be a complete eye-opener to understand what we're doing, ikhwani. What are we doing? Seriously. Is this talab al-ilm? Is this seeking knowledge? Seriously, like, you know what I mean? No understanding. But when I saw the mashayikh, I came across other gatherings in Medina al-Munawwara where I knew this sheikh differs with this sheikh. And it's certain masail which are heavy, but the way they used to talk to each other and laugh it off. And absolute with akhlaq, with good manners, you know. They would say, okay, those who do Umrah, second time, this is not from the Sunnah. You know, in terms of one journey. If you go one journey, you go to Mecca, this is not. So one of our sheikhs, he was a professor in Aqidah. And he goes, look, you know, this is our mawqif, that you shouldn't do it again. Another sheikh was there. And he waited for him to finish completely, number one. The first thing, etiquette of speaking, you know, you wait for them to finish. And then he goes, نعم مما تفضل الشيخ أيمن وكذا وكذا. And what Sheikh Ayman, he said about this and that, he mentioned very well, and you know, he was praising him completely. I was like, okay, khalas, mashallah, that's nice. But then he goes, there is an opinion that, especially if you're traveling from far, you know, like, you know, also he said, you know, and you can't easily come back to, it is permissible for the one who wants to do it on behalf of the deceased. You have a deceased family member or someone who wrote a will and they said, please, you know, do this, or you made an oath that you're going to perform Umrah on their behalf. You know, these are another masail that he spoke about, the aspect of what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam only did one Umrah, one journey. This is proven. Only one Umrah on one journey. This was what Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did. But that sheikh didn't go against that, but he was just trying to add more kind of, and the way they did it, and I was like watching, I was like, that's what I want. That's what you call knowledge. Whether you know the narration or you memorized it or not, later on, don't worry about that. Later. But you understood the way the two issues were dealt with, okay? Sorry, I went long on that one. But it's very important, inshallah. Because I've seen brothers and the way they talk. Sheikh, why don't you teach this book? Or forget me, but others. Sheikh, why don't you go teach this book, because this book has this sheikh said, and this sheikh said don't take from this. And talk. And say, Akhi, come read first. Come to the dars and read. Why are you shying away? Advise us. Advice. Come on. No. But ghiba, namima, debates, fights, arguments, looking down on others just because he can't speak Arabic properly, or just because he read this wrong. And this is one of my teachers. He said to Abdullah Zahrani, who my hadith specific teacher in Medina, he said to me, Al-ilmu laysa bi kathratil ma'lumat. And I want you to remember this for the rest of your lives today, inshallah. If you can write this down, if you can remember this, if you can just, when this video comes, just like, you know, take it out, no problem, which is, knowledge is not about a lot of information. Understand that. Al-ilm laysa bi kathratil ma'na. Ilm is not if you memorize this book. Quite a lot there, mashallah. Ilm, knowledge, is not about memorizing this. That's not knowledge. Someone will say, some of the brothers say, oh, Sheikh, come on, man, you know, you should get into memorizing this, Sheikh, what's this? That's not ilm, man. That's not knowledge. Knowledge is fahm of the kalam of the salaf and implementing it. What's the point of all this ijazat and ahadith that we read in a nice way, with due respect? With due respect. Because I love ilm hadith and all the ulum, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen, Allahumma barik. But what's the point of reading all of this if really, you know, we can't implement it? Isn't it? When we look at a hadith around unity and we can't be, and you can't unify, isn't it? Have you implemented the hadith then? This hadith over here, regarding Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, used to like delaying Isha. Who's implemented that? Maybe you have. But I'm trying to say, you know, implement it. Try and do that. Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu, memorize one ayah, read it, memorize, implement. But try and do that. Try and say to yourself one day, go through some like 5-10 ahadith, only 5-10, 5 or 3, just 3. And say, read it. Don't worry about the exact meaning and going into details on that. But ask yourself, did I follow this? Do I do this? Do I do this? Or do I not? Before you memorize and you go into the sanad and the takhrij and all that, yeah? That's nice, mashallah, but like this one hadith, remember Ibn Abbas, Inna Allah yuthni alaykum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praises who? The people of Quba. Masjid Quba, the people of Quba, Medina. Why? They said, we use stones and then water for cleaning urine. Karamakallah. Yeah? You ask yourself. Don't just say, wow, mashallah, this is amazing. Okay, let me memorize it now. That's fine. Memorization, I love it. I want you to do that, no problem. But did you do it? Have you ever used a stone in doing that? It's just a question. I'm not asking you to tell me, but I'm just saying. You with me? Al-asl wal amal is implementation. Apologies for the long introduction there. Tfaddal, bismillah akhi. Next hadith, inshallah. Yes. Yeah. Al-ilm laysa bikathratil ma'lumat. Knowledge is not about a lot of information. Are you becoming a computer and just putting it inside the computer? You don't know what you're doing. The computer copy-paste. The computer doesn't know whatever you put in on a Word document. What are you going to put in? You can put everything. You put the whole of Bukhari. Does the computer know Bukhari? Huh? You with me? No? Very, very important, very important. Just ask yourself that question. You know, when you go home today, just think about that. Just for a second. And just ask yourself and think about these and benefits. And tomorrow, come and speak to me about this issue, inshallah. Let's talk about it.